I would say that I was raised or socialized in a particular environment where everyone knew that I would go to college. So it's kind of like when I woke up, I knew that college was in my destiny. My father wanted me to be a mathematician because he loved numbers. And my mother wanted me to be a doctor because she thought I was particularly good at working with uh, children. What I became was a counseling psychologist. Counseling psychologists are trained to be both researchers, so to use numbers, and practitioners, that is, to work with people. And so, in some sense, what happened is that I combined what it was that my parents wanted me to do. On the way, there were a number of what I call mentoring moments. I didn't have one mentor, but I had people who helped me go in the right direction. I remember from high school, for instance, my ninth grade teacher taught me how to dissect sentences. Dissecting sentences helped me learn to write. Helping me learn to write meant that I could communicate with people throughout the educational system in ways that they didn't expect children of color to be able to communicate. Interestingly, my second mentoring moment also had to do with writing, but this moment helped me to understand that there were different systems at work depending on what your racial group was. When I was in high school, I transferred from a predominantly black school to a predominantly white school. And there I interacted with a teacher who I call Miss Falls. We never knew the first names of teachers. And what I learned from her as we engaged in literature was that there were actually two systems. And I was in what was called the B system. The B system was a system in which you could get an A, but it didn't count as much as a grade you would get if you were in the A system. And the way I learned that was not because she told me, but because she recommended me for the A system. And some years later, someone said to me, well, Dr. Falls said that you should be in the A system because you are gifted in writing and in language and in English literature. Unfortunately, by the time I learned that there were two systems, it was too late for me to be valedictorian of my class, but it helped me be curious about how systems work in society. And so I say that although I did not have one mentor, I had these mentoring moments. And what the mentoring moments told me is that when I grew up, so to speak, I should be a mentor to other people, particularly people who were shut out of systems, so that they would understand how the systems work. And someday they could do what it was that they wanted to do without being hampered by the two different ways that people are socialized in our country.